Hi, everybody. Welcome to Thursday's class. So let me start with some business. Let's take care of some business first. You all have gotten an announcement from me in the announcements on the assignments for the group presentations surrounding the chapters in Michelle Alexander's very important, very rad, very amazing, and the primary text in our course, The New Jim Crow, which I really hope you enjoy. We are going to be breaking that down chapter by chapter, and this begins next week, week 3 of our class. So in the announcements, I've assigned the groups based on either your preferences or your relative ambivalence, and the chapters and the dates that you will be creating your presentations to post into Camino. We'll talk more about that later, but I just wanted you to be aware of that. I also sent emails to each group so that you're very clear about what you need to be doing and then who you're working with, so you all have each other's contact information. For group 1, obviously you you post your presentation next week, at the end of next week, so just make sure that you're kind of on the ball with that. Just wondering, even though I'm saying this out into the ether, are you all enjoying the readings? I know that The Color of Law can be a little dry, but you can understand maybe why I love the text so much, because of the information it provides. And White Fragility, of course, being a little bit more reflective, more personal of a text, for each individual and how they develop in the age of race, right? I just want to know if you're enjoying the readings. I know I am. I revisit them every single time I teach the course, and they stay pretty relevant, well, especially because most of them are very contemporary. White Fragility and The Color of Law were both published in 2018. So for today, there isn't much to lecture on, but you have been asked to read A Raisin in the Sun. I also have the Sidney Poitier version, the film, posted in Camino as well, if you prefer to do it that way. Obviously, you need the text, though, because we are looking at how some of these ideas espoused in The Color of Law are exemplified or illustrated in decolonial texts, namely, in this case, Lorraine Hansberry's classic A Raisin in the Sun, which is probably the play that you're going to be most familiar with. Many of you have probably read it, but it holds up. There is no doubt. And we're looking at this play, we're seeing how the play addresses a lot of these issues that are being raised in The Color of Law. And then I've asked you to write your first reading response, which is to synthesize the ideas in Color of Law and into how they are illustrated in A Raisin in the Sun. So this is our first kind of textual analysis, and that is due at the end of the day on Thursday. So be diligent about this. I mean, the more that we are seeing the relationship between the readings that we're doing, the more we're going to embody this information. Instead of giving tests, I like to give reading responses as a way to kind of live the information. And so that is the goal here. And then, of course, you know that the weekly discussion question is more of a synthesis between The Color of Law and White Fragility. And that's due later in the week, just so that you can kind of take all this in. There's quite a bit of reading this week, I understand that. But there is method to the madness. And while it is a fairly heavy workload this week, it's going to set us up for success starting as early as next week. Okay? So enjoy the play, watch the movie, create the response, and then begin to look forward to the beginning of us reviewing the new Jim Crow, which is kind of our anchor text. Make sure that you get a copy of it. That is going to be super important, so that you have access. And then maybe even start dropping a line to your colleagues who are part of your group presentation. And even though those presentations are extended over several weeks, some of you aren't even going till the end of May, might be good just to at least kind of touch base with one another. I maintain the group presentations even in this shelter in place just as a way for us to be able to connect, so that we can have some connection other than just looking at my ugly mug through Camino. Have a great time. Enjoy the play. Re-see the play, even if you're familiar with it. You'll be surprised how much new information will present itself as a result of you reading The Color of Law. Take care, everyone.